Alright, the vlog number 3. Alright, so today is Tuesday, and the last vlog was on Friday. So what have I done? So Friday night I went out partying in Cologne city first. There was actually an alley filled with bars, and it was really chill. And then eventually it was quite small. It was just like one alley, but it was like packed with pubs and clubs. But it was quite small after all. So I headed over to Hong Kong Island, which is just on the other side of the water. Yeah, and then there I went to some bars, and I showed up at this club wearing shorts and sandals and rocking my Hawaii shirt, and yeah, everyone else, they were just like suited up. So I was like a bit of an outcast there, but yeah, I had fun, got a few drinks for free. So that was nice. I met some cool people. Yep. Fortunately I got a bit of a cold afterward, but I think it's mostly due to the AC in my room. So yeah, now I turned it off, and now it's fine. Yeah, and then I went on Sunday. I went windsurfing in Stanley Beach. I arrived quite late, around like maybe around 4:30. So I windsurfed for 2 hours. I wanted to go to High Wind Lover, which is where I went today, but they were closed, so I had to go to another guy was there, and he rented me his gear. He didn't have that much gear, but yeah, it was fine. But yeah, so today I went to the same guy, and unfortunately he only had smaller sails. So yeah, I went to High Wind Lover, and I actually tried out foiling. It's when you have like a wing under the board, and it lifts you out of the water. So you just plan in no time, even if it's not too much wind. And today it wasn't that much wind. Yeah, this guy was a bit more professional. He had a lot of gear, but yeah. So I was foiling. It's quite difficult if it's your first time, because you lean back, and then with the foil the board just goes up until the foil goes out of the water, and then you just crash down. So I had a lot of like falls, if you can call it that. So yeah, eventually I was quite far out. Like I was maybe 1.5 hours in. Well, and there was no one around me, and I just like on a big wind gust like now, the sail detached from the board, and I just flew into the water. So when I got out of the water, I looked up, and there was no board. I didn't have a board. I was like, did it sink? And I was like, wait, no, it's impossible. That thing floats so well. But yeah, so I started looking around, and I could see very far there was my board, and it was already leaving. And I was like, oof, should I try and catch it? But it was going pretty quickly, and I didn't want to leave the sail. So I decided to just let the board go on its own, and just try to swim in with the sail. I was probably like about 500 meters, no, maybe 500 meters out, maybe a little less, and it took me a good half an hour swim to get back to the shore. I could probably have done it quicker, but I had to trail my sail, which is about 7.5 square meters, 8 square meters. So it's like my apartment, like half of my apartment, and I had to trail it behind me. So it was a good swim. And then I was like half an hour later into the swim, and I get close to the shore. I get like really welcoming sharp rocks, so I cut me up a little bit. The board was okay, but it was a bit of a struggle when I got to the shore because the rocks were so sharp, and yeah, I was scared the sail was gonna rip on the rocks, so I had to do some maneuvering there, and the rocks, they were like cutting me like butter. It was a bit of an experience, but finally, yeah, it got solved, and we carried back the gear on land, so that worked out fine. And yeah, it was just the mast foot that broke. So he said that he usually changed it every 2 or 3 years, and mine looked pretty old, so he hadn't changed it for a while. Yeah, I didn't have to pay for anything though, and yeah, I only paid for an hour. I was probably out for like 3 hours in total. But yeah, at least I didn't have to pay for those extra time. So that was nice of him. And yeah, tomorrow I'm going to Macau. So I'm gonna take the boat. I haven't really decided if I'm gonna stay in Hong Kong in the morning or if I'm going to Macau in the morning, but we'll see. We will see. Yeah, other than that, I went to church this morning, so that was cool. When was the last time you were in church? I'm just kidding. Yeah, other than that, see you next time.